Cody is.
Yeah, that's
Your name
it.
is already your name.
You know, I don't have an elongated version.
Nope. Cody Raphael Sullivan.
I can only give people my full government name, but that's fine. It's no big deal.
I'm sure it's listed somewhere online.
I doubt it. I don't even, probably. What up, buddy?
Nothing. Honestly, nothing. What's up with you?
You know, nothing.
Nothing as well.
Yeah, real exciting week. You know.
Honestly, has been, especially the past couple days. But we won't go into that because that's not stuff that we really talk about.
Yep.
How's training been going? Not for you, but you're training other people.
Oh, good. It's been. I mean, pretty. It was a busy week, so that was good.
Yeah. Cool.
But you know, other than that, not just a regular old thing.
Yeah. I'm looking at the stories. I have two stories saved from this week.
Ooh.
One of them, well, actually, they're both relatively short stories. I was just trying to brush up on this one right here, which was we've been talking about a lot of was it The Boys?
Yeah.
And we were mentioning how the studios that produce it is Paramount and Skydance.
Yep.
Yeah, apparently Paramount bought Skydance this past week.
No, other way around. So Skydance actually
that's what I was trying
took
to
full control over Paramount. Yeah, they invested $8 billion or something like that for full control. Because they were Skydance was a if I'm not mistaken, was a production company under Paramount, I think, like a company that worked with them, whatever.
Which would make sense. I mean, they show up together a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was basically it. It was just funny how we were talking about them so much last week, and then it suddenly came out, yeah, they merged. It's like, oh, all right.
Because you know,
apparently Tom Cruise thinks it's a great idea. That's really, honestly, that's what the article was about. It was like, trying to see if there was a quote in here, but basically, people were saying that, including Tom Cruise, was like, yeah, no, it's a good deal to go through.
I mean, Tom Cruise has been working with Skydance for a while now. Because I know the Reacher films were Skydance. That's not how you spell Skydance. That's for sure.
Actually, I don't see any quote here.
Uh-oh.
Hollywood icon Paramount agrees to $28 billion deal, and it shows a picture of Tom Cruise.
That makes sense.
So I actually don't know if he likes it or not, but
yeah, so Paramount Global was the parent company of Skydance. And Skydance apparently announced an intent to acquire the studio's parent company, Paramount Global. Because it was in 2009. Yeah, 2009 they entered a 5-year partnership to co-produce and co-finance films with Paramount Pictures. This agreement was renewed twice, extending it to 2021. On July 7th, 2024, Skydance announced an intent to acquire the studio's parent company, Paramount Global, in an $8 billion transaction under the agreement in which Skydance would acquire Paramount's privately held controlling shareholder National Amusements and then perform an all-stock merger with the company. The transaction is expected to close in 2025. So, you know, that's cool and all.
Right. Anyway, yeah, like I said, I just thought it was funny. We were talking about them all last week, and then they just decided to merge. The other article that I have here was just more of a weird, funny one
Okay.
than anything. Apparently, over in the UK, Heinz released an every sauce, and what that is, and I say released. Apparently, they produced, I believe it was 100 bottles, and then they basically raffled them away.
Okay.
It is. Let's see if I can get a better picture here. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can zoom. I can zoom in. Okay, so the every sauce is a combination of multiple sauces here. So it's kind of just like a gimmick type thing, but it has Heinz burger sauce, garlic sauce, aioli sauce, smoked baconaise sauce, sweet chili, chip sauce, saucy sauce, mayo racha, mayo must, truffle mayo, garlic and caramelized onion mayo, curry ketchup, pickle ketchup, and smoky bacon ketchup, all mixed into one. They made 100 bottles. It was only available in the UK, if I recall right from reading this, because they were celebrating. Yeah, Heinz has an established legacy in the UK since the first building factories in Britain during the 20th century. So yeah, it was only available for winning in the UK, and this website Tasting Table got a hold of one of them, and they went through a whole review of it, and I thought this was just fucking weird as hell. And
That is pretty fucking weird.
it's one of those things that you combine so many different flavors that it can't be good, but at least skimming through what they say it tasted like. Where is it? What does Heinz every sauce taste like? So according to them, I wasn't sure what to expect going into the taste test. A recent review of Heinz new black garlic ranch sauce and harissa aioli garnered mixed results. So I'm approaching the. I approached it with trepidation. Blah 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 blah. Where is it? So basically, he said it was fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Right.
can go to the website and read more about it if you want to from Tasting Table. But that was it. Just thought it was a weird thing that Heinz would do and then give away.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm guessing those sauces don't exist anywhere but in the UK because a lot of those names. Well, no, some of like the mayo sriracha one, the mayo mustard one. Well, the mayo sriracha one I think we have here or something like it. I don't think we have the
You know,
mayo mustard one.
yeah,
Though.
there are definitely some that are, I believe, are here, but like chip sauce probably sounds like something that may be here under a different name.
I believe that's the Heinz fry sauce here.
Yeah, and then curry ketchup. I could not see curry ketchup
No.
being something here. That sounds much more like a British thing,
Yeah, maybe in Canada, but
right?
not in the United States.
Otherwise, I do recognize a lot of these that I have seen.
Like the
Maybe not
truffle
pickle
one.
ketchup because I think pickle is.
No, we have pickle ketchup here.
We do have pickle ketchup.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's technically here it's labeled as dill pickle ketchup. Or dill pickle ketchup because not dill ketchup, that would be like a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they put dill pickles and like flavoring and everything right now. It's like the cool thing for white girls to do.
So you're saying I might like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of liking, Joe, I highly recommend you get that candle,
The coffee candle.
bro. It smell. I was gonna say taste. It smells. I haven't lit it yet, but like just smelling it, like taking the cap off and
And just letting it aromate.
Yeah, because it's powerful. Like you can just take the lid off and you can smell it. Like I when we got home, because I bought it yesterday. We got home. I had just opened it up and I was gonna sniff it. Like I was normally like bringing up my nose and sniff. I was like, oh, is this in the air? I was like, yes, yes. So I can't wait to light it and see how great it is.
Because it would be one of those things that on a nice weekend morning or whatnot, you just light it and just get a nice smell of coffee throughout the house.
Yeah, and I was like, dang man, this is. I like this a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would like that too. That was Bed Bath and Beyond. You got it right.
Bath and Body Works. Bed Bath and Beyond
Bath
doesn't
and Body
exist
Works.
anymore.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Bed Bath and Beyond, Body Works, Liftman. I don't know.
Bath and Body Works. Yeah, they have a store wide 40% off right now, and they just happened to release their fall-y flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Paige calls it Halloween flavors, obviously.
Yeah.
But they do there's like they have a bunch of returning ones. They have a couple new ones. But one of the ones that she likes a lot called Leaves came out again, so we got that too. But the coffee one's a new one, and it is. There's two different coffee ones. There's coffee and whiskey, which didn't really smell of either to me.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was just like, bro,
Bang on.
yeah, dude. It's like, it's beyond what you get when you walk into like a true coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
where like that smell is just lingering in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it is. It's phenomenal. I was like, dang.
Nice.
And then Paige was gonna look up because they just released a bunch of the newer flavors in the car clip ones.
Okay.
So she went online to look, and I believe she found that they were releasing that one as a car clip too. And I was like, oh shit.
So you can have your car smell like coffee.
Freshly brewed coffee.
Might be a little bit too much for me.
Nah, bro. For you? Come on, dude. Come on.
Have my car smell like coffee too?
Dude, come on. Come on.
Gotta have different scents a little bit everywhere, you know.
Yeah, you don't have different scents.
This is pretty true.
Got him.
Yeah, got me
Fucking burnt.
to a crisp.
Crispy.
But yeah, that was everything I had saved for the week.
Oh, well, okay. That was a pretty quick episode.
Why, you didn't save anything either?
I mean, I had a couple things, but they weren't really. I didn't intend to have them, for here. I was just reading articles.
There was a bunch of stuff that you'd of trailers I know that you posted for us. I didn't watch, of course.
What, Joe?
I know, such a terrible person.
So shocked by all the things that you just said.
Because I have all the time in the world to watch a lot of this stuff.
You have plenty of time to watch these things.
I said I have all the time in the world to watch all this stuff.
I
I didn't even see the. Yeah, I actually should have watched the Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
Because that poster does look pretty dope.
It's definitely a classic Marvel teaser where they give you a shot of pretty much every returning and new character. The only person I'd have to rewatch it again, because I did not see Seth Rollins, WWE superstar Seth Rollins, or as some would call him, Colby Lopez, but he plays one of the he plays a bad guy in it. I don't know. I wanted to call him Serpent Squad, but that's from Invincible. Anyways, he plays one of the henchmen in the bad guy group. But they, in a weird way, Giancarlo Esposito's in it, and he doesn't actually have a character name.
Okay.
And there's been rumors. I haven't read it or watched any videos on who people think he is, but he's definitely a mercenary of some sort because he's definitely causing some havoc in it. But like, there's a pretty funny interaction right away at the beginning of the trailer, because it's basically, for the folks who don't know, Harrison Ford has stepped into his very first Marvel role, but he's essentially taking over the spot of Thaddeus Ross, and in this it's President Thaddeus Ross. And there's an interaction that's pretty funny, like basically callback. So William Hurt was the gentleman who was playing, William Hurt, right? Yeah, William Hurt was who played him in the previous movies. He was reprising the role from originally played that role in the Edward Norton Hulk movie. He came back in Civil War and reprised that role a couple different times. He unfortunately passed away. So Harrison Ford stepped into the role because they already had this kind of already planned out for William to be in it. So the interaction is Sam comes walking into the Oval Office, and you see the backs of people, and one of them is Harrison Ford's Thunderbolt Ross, or President Ross, and he turns, and you're like, okay, there he is, and basically the line is, things are looking a lot different, or you're what is Harrison says, or Ross says to him, you're looking a lot different. He goes, oh, I can say the same to you. I missed the mustache or something like that. And he goes, yeah, they said to lose the mustache or lose the election, or lose the mustache or lose the election. And I was like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. So yeah, so he's in it, and then they do a quick action-y montage of different things. Sam's new suit, him with the shield, obviously, him in the new Falcon. They don't ever show the Falcon in costume in it. They just see them walking in somewhere. But you do you get a very like espionage type thing. So basically there's an assassination attempt on the president, and it seems to be stemming from the Secret Service.
Okay.
So Sam, it looks, the trailer makes it look like Sam is accused of part of it, so he jumps out one of the windows, which I thought was weird that someone can jump out of a window of the White House, because you'd think it would be like bulletproof reinforced glass.
Pretty sure it is.
But that's okay.
He's a superhero, so.
Yeah. And then they show him in the suit, and it's an all new design, which was spoiled by the McDonald's toys. Same thing as the introduction of the Red Hulk was ruined like a year ago by the same leak of toys. But you see him flying around in it. It's a pretty sleek looking suit. He actually shoots through a fighter jet in it. He does the whole dive with it. He pulls the wings out and makes a little like point and just cuts through the plane. It's pretty rad. Does a couple shots of him throwing the shield. They show a bunch of different characters. Which again I have to rewatch it to see if Colby does show up in it. And they show Giancarlo Esposito a couple times, and he's shooting a gun and stuff, and you're like, okay. And you look up everyone, and he's just listed as him, like it's just his name. There's no character name or anything like that. I was like, dang. So a lot of people are suspecting that he's some form of major character that's going to move forward. Some were saying that he's going to play a variation of Victor Von Doom. So they can basically slowly introduce, like, he's doing whatever. But, like, they could do whatever they want at that point. But people are like, yeah, he's Victor Von Doom, because that's how they're going to introduce him as the villain for the Fantastic Four movie. Even though the rumor right now, the Fantastic Four, the main villain is Galactus. Because they've already cast Galactus in a Silver Surfer. So I don't know if that's a future plan.
You can still hint at him being Victor Von Doom.
Yeah. Because they the Secret Wars could utilize Victor Von Doom as a catalyst for being part of the issue, or being a major protagonist in that. So, or antagonist in that. So interesting there. I also sent the featurette for Alien Romulus, and all the featurette is basically them talking about how they did practical effects for pretty much everything, including a lot of the stunts, like wire work and stuff like that, and physical actual like puppets and like robotic face huggers and stuff. And speaking of face huggers, did you see the popcorn bucket for Romulus yet? It's a face hugger. And there's another teaser of another one, which looks like a xenomorph head. And I was trying to find it, but that one didn't show up. And I know it can't be the same thing, because it definitely looks like a xenomorph more than it did a facehugger. But the facehugger one has a trailer out, and I was going to send it, and I forgot. But then there's this, there's a this little teaser I saw pop up on. Yeah, there's a teaser for the facehugger one. You can tell it's a facehugger from the little bits. But there's another short video I saw either as an ad on Instagram or TikTok or one of those ones where they show the mini mouth of the xenomorph, and it looks like there's butter running off of it.
Yeah, there's if you just search for alien AMC alien popcorn bucket, there is one that pops up that says alien Romulus, and it's legit just a like an alien head,
Yeah, like a xenomorph head, right?
a xenomorph head.
Yeah.
But it looks, I don't know. There's not much more to it. It just looks like behind the scenes type of picture.
Yeah, so I don't know, but it was like, oh well, I know that the Facehugger one was official.
Opening night fan event, Alien Romulus. You get an exclusive collectible pin and patch.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
But what's the patch? It looks like the pin is the Weyland Yutani logo,
Oh, okay.
or maybe that's the patch. It's hard to tell from this picture if that's a patch or a pin.
Yeah, that's
If
the
it's a patch, it doesn't look stitched.
looks like a printed something or other.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
it's
one's
very
just,
tempting. August 15th through the 18th. Obviously, it would be while supplies last. So if you don't get it on the
Yeah.
15th and it sells out, it probably sold out.
yeah. And there's people
But
who
that's-
like literally will go and buy the popcorn bucket without even going to see the movie that day.
Which is weird, but
That's-
it is weird that they are showing two different. Maybe the head is was a like a
A cup or something.
well like a they might have had like a couple of different concepts for
Maybe.
it. Maybe it's a concept. It's hard to, I don't know.
Yeah, like
I'm not seeing like any official pictures. I just saw like the teaser thing, and then there's like blurry pictures of like the facehugger bucket, which looks to be the most tastefully done version that they've done.
yeah, it looks like it's basically like the facehugger upside down like this.
It's like from the picture that I see, it's hanging onto the side, and you can see the tail wraps around the bottom of it.
Let's turn the volume on my phone down and click on this video and see if they. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's a bucket and the facehugger's attached to the side of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
which again, the most tastefully done. I didn't know they did a Ghostbusters Slimer one.
Yeah.
That one's kind of a weird one too.
And they did an Ecto 1 popcorn bucket at Regal, I think had that one.
Interesting. I
Um,
guess we'll have to see when there's more like official pictures.
oh, here we go. Regal Cinemas has a Xenomorph popcorn bucket. I just found it.
Oh, the Alamo has a glass.
Alamo does like the
Collectible.
glasses. Yeah, I will. Can I send this? It's an Instagram video, Joe. So I'm sorry I have to send this to you.
No, I
can't
think
find
I
it else.
saw.
Actually, you can.
Oh, here's the alien one.
Yeah, it's a Xenomorph one, and then it literally
Yeah,
has the
Xenomorph
mouth
one.
open with the little mouth in it, and the popcorn goes at the very top. So it looks like a.
Yeah.
It's more of that style of like that's what like that's more of what the
So that's
more
a Regal
classic.
Pictures
Yeah.
one.
That's like the more classic as of what they've been doing lately with popcorn buckets, where the bucket itself is an object. Where like the facehugger one, like you're saying, it's a bucket that has a facehugger attached to it, and that's more of like a classic bucket. And this is literally like looks like someone pulled a Alien versus Predator and decapitated one and made it into a bucket.
Yeah.
But make sure to clean all the acid blood out so that you melt your
Right,
hand
so
while you're in it.
Acid blood. I
But
don't
yeah.
think we have any Regal. Like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
actually kind of like the
we have
facehugger one a bit better. But then again, like if you were to try and display something, I think the actual head one would be.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they show a better shot of the bottom of the. No, they don't.
But so the facehugger one is only available through AMC theaters. The head is available through Regal Cinemas, which do we have Regal Cinemas here?
I think we have one. I think it's like in Mesa or some shit like that. Hold on, I'll pull up.
And as far as I'm aware, we
Yes.
only have one Alamo Draft House
Oh,
as well.
our Alamo closed, sir.
Our Alamo closed,
Yep.
so we can't even get those glasses.
No, sir.
No, whatever.
There's one in Gilbert.
Gilbert. Who
That's
goes
the
to Gilbert?
only one listed here. Regal Gilbert. Yeah, so it's 40 miles away.
I'd have a better chance, I think, of getting the facehugger bucket because of. I mean, technically, we live right next to an AMC.
Yeah, I was gonna say
It means
we
I'd have to go to a shitty theater in order to see this. But
I would definitely venture to a different AMC than the shitty one we live by,
yeah,
because that one has not been updated in a long, long time, and it's real garbage.
I could only imagine. I haven't been in it, in like, God, probably pre-pandemic. So, yeah, 2019, 2018, something like that. So I can only imagine that's not the greatest.
It's definitely not.
So that means that the best, technically, AMC that you could see it at is probably the one in Westgate or around Westgate. It's not in Westgate.
It's in no, the AMC is in Westgate. The
It is in
Harkins
Westgate.
is in Park West,
Park West. Okay.
which is the one that's on Northern. But yeah, the
That's
AMC is
what it
in Westgate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are pretty rad. What else did I send
Is that-
out?
August 15th. When's that fall on?
Technically,
It's
well, that should
Thursday.
be a Friday if that's what
Friday.
it is. But it's probably, well, that might be. Is that technically a Friday or is that the Thursday? That is the Thursday. So it technically
That
comes
is
out
the
on the
Thursday.
16th, but the showings start on the 15th
Yeah.
because that's how movies release now. Is they have a release date that's not the actual date you can go see it.
That is a movie that I do want to see in theaters, and it would be cool to collect that bucket. But like, man, do I really want to be there with the crowds of people?
You'd have to do it where you'd get off work and go. So,
Yeah, right.
plus you would work the next day. I mean, I would work the next day too. So,
Right.
but it wouldn't be too bad, too terrible. I mean, if anything,
Right.
we could try to go buy the bucket at the one by us, and not see it that day, and then go see it like on like that Sunday or something at a theater we'd
Can
enjoy.
you just buy the buckets on AMC's website?
Not right away. Later on when if they have extras, I know sometimes they sell them on there, but a lot of these have been selling out because they've been such a big collector's thing now.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. Anyway,
They announced Shrek 5.
which I did see some people pointing out that it's pretty ironic. The previous Shrek was called like Shrek 4, the last Shrek, or something like that. I don't know.
No, it was Shrek Forever After.
Forever After.
Yeah. People
thought
like to edit the names of things because they're like, oh, I thought that was the last one. Like, they never said last one. Forever After is because it was literally based on the like fairy tale realm.
Okay.
But they're actually making that, and they're making a solo donkey movie later.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, and Eddie Murphy is already signed on for both of those, and everybody's signed on, I guess, to come back for Shrek 5.
That's good.
That's dope. What else did I send? What else was sent? Not just by me. Mike sent the "We Live in Time" trailer, which made him cry. Taj sent one of the mini non-teasery teaser trailers for Deadpool and Wolverine, because they've been doing a bunch of random ones, and one of them's called The Bachelorette, and it's Wolverine trying to be sexy. And he's like, I can't do this. They're pretty funny if you haven't watched them, but they have no context in them. Then at the end of the little 30 seconds is like 5 or 6 seconds of montage from the trailers we've already seen.
Nice.
I sent the Time Bandits trailer, which is a reimagining of the Terry Gilliam movie, of one of my favorite Terry Gilliam movies.
I thought I recognized it.
Yeah, so Time Bands this is a I think it's a mini series technically. Um, it might be a they might consider it a show, but I think it's more of a mini series. I don't think they'll go past. But it's Tata Waititi's reinterpretation of it. Of course, based on the book that has a different name, I think. But it's basically about a young boy who basically finds out that his bedroom sits on a nexus of space and time, and if you have the ability, if you know how to access it using a special map, you can use those nexuses to jump in and out of time whenever you want, as long as you have the map. Because once you're in the nexus, you can then pinpoint where and when you want to go, and the nexus only leads to other major nexuses in historic history,
Okay.
usually. So you can jump around to major points in history by using the map. And it has Lisa Kudrow in it, which is interesting. She plays Penelope, the de facto leader of the Time Bandits, and then it has a bunch of other people in it. And it looks phenomenal. I giggled the entire time. And it just made me think, like, after I watched that, I was like, man, I really want him to do a remake like this of another Terry Gilliam movie, Baron Munchausen, or The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, because I love that movie too. And it has a very much of aesthetic of that. It looks very similar to what that kind of entailed. But I believe, so people who haven't seen the original Time Bandits, the original Time Bandits, the Time Bandits themselves were played by little people. This one, they're not played by little people, but there's a scene in it where Taika is talking to a bunch of other little people, and I need to know. I didn't look up to see who they are, but I thought that was pretty cool that he actually had them in there. But they're all basically they're time bandits, so they're like these basically well versed like thieves, like bandits. And at one point in the trailer, Lisa's like, we're world renowned thieves. There's nothing too small or too big or too wild or too big for us to steal. And then they walk up on the Trojan horse, and they're like, as we get closer, I believe this might just be too big. And I was like, that's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny.
Let's see. I also sent the trailer for Gladiator 2, which I finally actually just fully watched, not on my phone, yesterday.
Yeah. How was it?
It looks dope, and I believe it's an actual sequel, because they refer to Maximus in it, and he is a glorified gladiator, and then Denzel Washington's character actually plays a. I have to look up exactly what it is, but he looks like he's one of those like the like former slave turned like essentially like master, but like he doesn't really raise slaves; he raises gladiators.
Okay.
For the games, but they kept showing snippets of Maximus's son and wife, who were obviously, when he was not dead, and became as a gladiator, they were they were basically part of the royalty, and Joaquin Phoenix's character was like basically like that was his wife essentially, like and he was raising his son. So I kept flashing back to it, and I'm like, so is his son part of this? But it has Joseph Quinn of Stranger Things and fame, as well as now A Quiet Day One fame, A Quiet Place Day One, right? Is it Day One? Quiet Place Day One.
I think it's Day One.
Yeah, fame. He plays one of the Roman leaders, but what's his name? Pedro Pascal plays like the head like military dude for the Roman Empire, and he is basically like he's the main antagonist point for Paul Mescal's character, who is like the new gladiator. And then at one point in the trailer, because the trailer is like 3 minutes long, which is wild. That the first trailer we get is like 3 minutes. But yeah, he's at once eventually approached by Maximus's wife, and she gives him the ring that signified Maximus's basically like status as a gladiator and like a free slave, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "This was Maximus's, and now I'm giving it to you." And I was like, "That's pretty cool." But yeah, they have Maximus's like armor and stuff up on the wall, and his name carved into the wall of the Colosseum where the gladiators, like the green room, I guess you would call it. So that was pretty dope.
All right.
Um,
I'm gonna have to. If I actually go see this, I'm gonna have to go watch the first movie again. It's been ages since I saw it.
yeah. But in this trailer, if you haven't watched it yet, Joe, if you're watching just now while I was
Kind
talking,
of watching it right now. Yeah.
they ramp up the ridiculousness. Like at one point, there's a dude riding a rhino. There's a
Nice.
thing where they flood the
Coliseum.
the Coliseum and have like boat battles in it that actually have sharks and shit.
Which was a real thing.
Yeah, so like I was like, damn, they're really going for it, and it looks dope. I was like, dang, one guy falls in. I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
watching that right now. Yeah.
you better fucking grab a hold of something that can get you out of that water, because I guarantee that water is vicious as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so then you'll see the everything, and I was like, oh dang, this is pretty rad. I kind of like this because I didn't know what to think of it when I first heard about it. I was like, all right, okay, that's cool.
Now, I saw Ridley Scott's name at the beginning there. Is he actually directing it, or was he just his production company? I didn't catch it.
I believe, actually, you know what? That's a great question. I don't know if he's directing this one or not. I think he is though.
Oh, here's the rhino.
Yeah.
Damn. Dude just casually riding a rhino.
Right.
Pedro Pascal is just in everything right now, right?
Yeah, dude, he's
Or am I
yeah.
just hallucinating?
Nah, he's in so many things right now. It is directed by Ridley Scott.
Okay.
Wait, is that what that says? Hold on, I want to make sure I saw that right.
This November.
Yeah, directed by Ridley Scott, screenplay by David Scarpa, and story by Peter Craig and David Scarpa. David Scarpa. He did something that I liked, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Writing credits, film.
Oh, there's the ring.
Oh, he did Napoleon. I didn't watch that
Napoleon
one.
Dynamite?
No, Napoleon. The Joaquin. It was weird because Joaquin Phoenix was in that one too. Well, that was a Ridley Scott movie too, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh, the
One that's on
movie,
Apple.
that came out last year?
Yeah, last year. It's
Okay,
on
yeah,
Apple
yeah, yeah.
Apple TV if you want to watch it. By the way.
Yeah. Now I remember seeing commercials and shit for that.
He wrote the. He has a writing credit on The Day the Earth Stood Still with Keanu Reeves.
Cool.
He did a lot of television. Well, not a lot of movies, but not there. Oh, he wrote 3 episodes of The Man in the High Castle, Joe.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. I like
So-
it.
All right.
All right. I'm in.
Oh, yeah,
that dude was about to get decapitated.
yeah, bro. Yeah, and it makes it look like it might be Pedro Pascal's character, and I was like, y'all probably shouldn't have told us about that just yet.
Mm-hmm. That happens at the beginning of the movie, and what you find out is that the main character is actually Pedro Pascal's twin.
Yeah,
What a twist. You see, M. Night Shyamalan's name is actually underneath Ridley Scott's.
wait, hold on. Is that what they mean by this? Hold the fuck up.
I'm holding the fuck up right now. All the fuck is being held up right now.
Over 2 decades after the original events of Gladiator, Lucius, the grandson of Rome's former emperor Marcus Aurelius, and son of Lucia, live with his wife and child in Numidia. Roman soldiers led by General Marcus Asucius invade, forcing Lucius into slavery, inspired by the story of Maximus as depicted in the original 2000 film. Lucius involves resolves to fight as a gladiator while opposing the rule of the young emperors, and they have names that are weird too. They're very Roman. So hold on, what? So is he the son? Oh, I'm so confused.
Is Pedro Pascal playing the son? Is that what you're saying?
No, Paul Mescal.
Paul Mescal.
So Pedro Pascal's character trained under Maximus. Okay, I see. Okay, I'm reading it now. I see it. So Lucius Verus is the former heir to the empire. So he was the son of Marcus Aurelius. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, I don't think he could be the son of Maximus, because that would be... He was never emperor, right?
Right.
Let's see if I can figure this out more. So, because in the trailer they make it look like it's that he's like the son from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Maximus Meridius, blah blah blah, Hispano-Roman general forced into slavery, blah blah blah. Okay, yeah. So he plays. So the Paul Mescal plays the son of Richard Harris's Marcus Aurelius, the elderly emperor of Rome, who appoints Maximus to his as his successor. But with the ultimate aims of returning Rome to republic, blah blah blah. But then he is murdered by Commodius, which is Joaquin Phoenix's character. So he is playing the kid from the first movie. So when you watch the first movie, Joe, again, the queen and the son of the original emperor are living under the knife of Commodus.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he's also the son of Maximus Aurelius, but he's like a piece of shit. So originally, the emperor decided he was going to make Maximus the next emperor, and of course, before anybody could find out, he was killed by him, and so he took over the throne, and then kept his mother and his brother in, like, basically as captives, and then so she's reprising, and the guy, the gentleman in this movie you see basically focused on, he's playing the older version of that kid. Okay. Who is basically like, apparently he's the heir. I don't know. In this, they don't say why he's no longer. It just says the former heir, because I'm guessing probably disposed or deposed at one point. I don't know, but so very very similar, but sounds it's like I said, it's a true sequel, because it has a direct link to the first movie, so pretty rad. So Denzel Washington plays Marcinius, a power broker who keeps a stable of gladiators. He works as an arms dealer and provides food and oil to the armies of Europe. Scott described him as pretty fucking cruel to the arena fighters. Okay.
All right.
And then Joseph Quinn as Emperor Geta, despite comparisons with Joaquin Phoenix's performances as Commodius. In the first film, Quinn did not feel he channeled Phoenix's performance, crediting Scott as wishing him to play the chords louder and turn up and go for a more brave and bold form of communication. He also credited Nielsen for helping him and the rest of the cast to not be nervous about the first film's legacy. And then Fred Hensinger as Emperor Caracalla, the brother of Geta. The brothers threaten Lucius well-being. That's the former. What are they called? Are they queens?
I actually don't know.
Because she was married to the emperor. Empress? Would that be the right
It
name?
could be Empress.
I don't know. What, they don't give her a title. But it said here that basically they're Scott described the pair as damaged goods from birth who are almost a replay of Romulus and Remus. But they look very sickly. They have like that red rimmed eyes nonsense. They're very pale. But yeah, so that was another thing that I seen out that was dope as fuck. I think that was about it. Then I shared the fact that the new Eminem album came out.
Yeah, which I haven't listened to all, but yeah, just the first two
Songs.
Pretty good so far.
And then Common and Pete Rock have an album called The Auditorium Volume 1.
Which I haven't listened to yet.
And then I think that was really it. Oh, and I sent that thing about the Wild Wild Space trailer for on HBO, which I didn't know what was. I was like, well, it's got space. I'm looking at it, and I watch it, and I was like, well, I gotta send this to Joe because this shit looks wild.
Yeah, it's got Scarlett Johansson and Channing Tatum in it.
No, that's a movie.
That
that's the one. The one I sent you is the documentary about the privatized space.
You said that's right, the documentary one. Yeah, I did watch that.
The privatized of space travel.
And that one looked a little weird because it's focusing on two companies I've never even heard of before.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it, so I was like, well, I'll send it to Joe. Maybe he knows something more about it.
No, I didn't know anything more about it. But it does look interesting. So maybe I'll watch it. I don't know. It also just looked very reality show-ish.
Very much so, yeah.
So, like I said, maybe I'll watch it. We'll see.
I did find this article I didn't share, and I don't know why I didn't share it, but from Empire Magazine. It's called The Pipeline. They do this every now and then. So 8 projects in development you need to know about. First one is Peaky Blinders movie.
Okay. Wow. All right.
For the people who don't know, Peaky Blinders is a television show created by Stephen Knight for Netflix. Very good show if you haven't watched it, by the way. It's got an amazing cast, including Cillian Murphy and Tom Hardy.
That's right. He's in the early stuff, isn't he?
He's in the later stuff. Yep. But it will be a movie that is written by Knight and directed by Peaky Blinders alum Tom Harper. They start filming in September. Then we have Badlands, which is Prey. Director Dan Trachtenberg's secretive next Predator movie has found its lead in Ella Fanning, a separate project to Trachtenberg still in the works. Prey 2, the spin-off, which starts shooting later this year, reportedly takes place sometime in the future.
So they just liked what he did. Like, you're the Prey guy now. You're the Predator guy now.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep. Then there's another version of the live-action Masters of the Universe coming out. Since the other one did so so well made because it never actually came out. So this says Nicholas Galitzin, I don't know who it is, has the power, and the In Demand, The Idea of You star, so I'm guessing that's the movie he was in, will star as Prince Adam of Eternia, aka He-Man, to life. I read that completely wrong, but whatever. In Travis Knight's upcoming live-action take on the cult 80s cartoon, June of 2026 theatrical release, which is weird. They're pushing for theatrical, but Travis Knight back again for some more of that, so he's got the power as well, apparently. Something called The Challenger. Kristen Stewart is space suiting up to play Sally Ride, the first American woman to fly in space, in a new limited series based on Meredith E. Bagby's The New Guys, writer, showrunner Maggie Cohen. She's credited as making something called The Staircase, is heading up the project, which marks Stewart's TV starring debut.
Man, all right, that's gonna be a more serious thing too.
Yeah, and this one actually made this reason one of the reasons I was going to share this one, because besides the other stuff that sounded cool, this one I thought was pretty dope, and I'm kind of excited. Is Yawa Abdul Mateen the second, whose name I always fuck up every time I try to read it, of Watchmen and Watchmen fame, as well as fame of being in both Aquaman movies as the main protagonist, is set to follow up Denzel Washington's footsteps as ex-Marine John Creasy in the new 8-part series based on A.J. Quinlan's revenge thriller, Man
on Fire.
Man on Fire. There you go.
Yeah.
So it is being directed by the director of Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. His name is Stephen Crapple Jr. And Halo co-creator Kyle Killen is spearheading the adaptation. So that's interesting.
Love the movie, so this is going to be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what this is, and I've never heard of it, but it has some pretty good names attached to it. But it's called Three Bags Full, a sheep detective movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it has Emma Thompson and Hugh Jackman will head up. Minions director Kyle Balda and writer Craig Mazin's Bombery soundtrack. I don't know. These weird words. Murder mystery about a sheep investigating their shepherd's death. It's an animated movie, apparently. Or it could be live action. Who knows? Hugh Jackman has range. Yeah. Then we have the rivals of the Amazon King. I don't know what that actually word is, but basically, Kurt Russell has landed the co-leading opposite Matthew McConaughey in Andrew Patterson's buzzy sophomore feature. Plot details are hush-hush, but the film has been described as a character-focused crime thriller set against the rural Oklahomian backdrop. So, you know, yeah. And then Natalie Portman is starting in something called The Twits with Emilia Clarke. So they're ditching the MCU for Roland Dahl cinematic universe. And then Phil Johnson's animated reimagining of the Roald Dahl classic. They'll voice characters in the film. It's releasing next year. Opposite Johnny Vegas and Margot Martindale's titular twosome, I'm guessing, which is the Twits. And I haven't read enough Dahl to know what the Twits is.
Right.
I say that because I've read 2 things. Yeah, The Witches and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one I read last week. Or this past week, I should say. Yeah. Which is last week, because today's technically Sunday as we're recording. But I think that's all I really found, other than the before-mentioned other stuff we usually don't talk about, which are the passing of people.
Yep.
I think that's... I didn't see anything new last night when I was kind of going through, other than people reminiscing about the passing of certain people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that's all I got too.
I think that's really it. Yeah, so I guess that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Joe.
I've been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.
Bye.